The tool that we're looking at today that is hoping to solve some of these problems is called Quadratic AI, and it's being called a next-generation spreadsheet.
Okay.
And it combines some pretty amazing technologies, AI, coding, real-time data analysis, all in one place. So,
Oh, intrigued.
yeah, me too. It's like
Oh.
almost too good to be true, but
Yeah.
we're going to dive in and find out. So first of all, I guess maybe we should start with, like, what does that even mean, next-generation spreadsheet?
Yeah. I mean, spreadsheets have been around forever, right? Like since VisiCalc and Lotus 123 and
Right, like Excel is the
yeah.
one that we all know.
Yeah, and they haven't fundamentally changed that much. You still have your rows and columns and
Yeah, it's this grid, and you enter data in
you
there.
put formulas in.
Yeah.
But so what makes Quadratic AI different? What makes it, quote, next generation?
Yeah.
Well, one of the key things is that it allows you to write code directly inside your spreadsheet cells. So you can use languages like Python, SQL, even JavaScript, all right there in the spreadsheet environment.
Whoa, so you don't have to be jumping back and forth between different applications to...
Exactly. No more copying and pasting data from one program to another. It's all integrated right there.
That's a huge time saver.
Yeah, exactly.
So that right there is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, it also includes AI-assisted analysis.
Okay.
So that sounds like it's almost too good to be true.
Yeah. How does that actually work?
Yeah. How does it actually... Can you give us an example of maybe how that would work in the real world?
Sure. So imagine you're trying to build a complex financial model, right? You're in Excel, you've got all this data, and you're trying to figure out a formula to calculate some metric.
Yeah.
And you just can't quite get it right. Well, with Quadratic AI, you could literally ask your spreadsheet for help. You could say something like, hey, show me the trend in this data. Or can you calculate the return on investment for this project? And the AI would understand what you're asking and suggest solutions, or even write the code for you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like it'd be a game changer for people who aren't necessarily coding experts.
Exactly. That's one of the big things here. It's making these really powerful tools accessible to a much wider audience. You don't need to be a data scientist or a programmer to use Quadratic AI.
Wow.
Anyone who works with data can benefit from it.
And another thing that I was reading about is real-time data connectivity. So instead of having to like manually update your spreadsheets and pull in new data all the time,
Right.
Quadratic AI can connect directly to databases.
Yeah, that's right. It can connect to databases like Postgres, MySQL, Snowflake, all the big ones.
So you're getting this live data coming in and your spreadsheets updating in real time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like having a constantly updating dashboard instead of a static report.
That's huge.
So you can see trends as they're happening. You can react to changes in the market much faster. It just gives you a whole new level of insight.
I mean, that's got to be a game changer for decision making.
Absolutely. It's all about having the right data at the right time.
Yeah, and then another thing that really impressed me was that they're talking about infinite canvas and performance being like lightning fast.
Yeah, well, traditional spreadsheets, they can get really slow and clunky when you start working with large data sets.
Oh, absolutely. Like Excel just grinds to a halt.
Yeah, exactly. But Quadratic AI is built on a completely different architecture. It uses WebGL and WebAssembly, these really powerful web technologies to handle massive amounts of data effortlessly. So you can have millions of rows of data, and it's still going to be smooth and responsive.
Oh, wow. So no more spreadsheet lag.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've been talking about all these really cool features.
Yeah.
But who exactly is this for? I mean, is this just for data analysts and programmers?
That's a great question, and I think the answer is no. This is really for anyone who works with data. So, think about business analysts, financial analysts, marketers, product managers. Anyone who needs to analyze data to make decisions can benefit from Quadratic AI.
Okay, so let's dive into some specific examples then.
Yeah.
How would like a business intelligence team use this?
Well, they could create dynamic dashboards that track key performance indicators in real time so they can see how the business is doing at a glance and identify areas for improvement.
And what about in finance?
In finance, they could build sophisticated financial models that update automatically as market conditions change so they can make more informed investment decisions.
And sales and marketing.
Sales and marketing teams could track the effectiveness of their campaigns, identify their best leads, and personalize their outreach, all based on real-time data.
Wow.
And product managers, they can use Quadratic AI to analyze customer feedback, track product usage, and prioritize feature development.
So it really sounds like there's a use case for just about every department.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think that's one of the most exciting things about it. It has the potential to really transform how organizations work with data.
So we've talked about what it does, but
Mm-hmm.
what does it all mean? Like, what's the big takeaway here?
I think the big takeaway is that quadratic AI represents a fundamental shift in how we interact with data. It's about making data more accessible, more understandable, and ultimately more useful.
Okay.
It's not just about being more efficient, it's about being more intelligent in how we use data to solve problems and create value.
So could this be the tool that finally helps us unlock the true potential of all this data that we're swimming in?
I think it has the potential to do that. It's definitely a tool to watch.
It certainly seems like the future of spreadsheets might be a lot more exciting than we thought.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for joining me today for this deep dive,
Yeah, thanks for having me.
and we'll see you next time.
See you there.